Hey, Mark, fake banter for the intro.
That's all I know how to do.
Great.
Good to be here.
Welcome to Tuesdays with
Stories.
Hit her in the face with a surfboard.
And then the duck fell out of his bag.
Surf's up. And she didn't even flush.
Knock, knock.
Who's there? Mark Norman and Joe List.
Yeah! This is Tuesdays with Stories, everybody.
No, that's terrible.
This is supposed to be cheesy.
My radio is spitting at me.
Hey! Here we are. We're
Finally, we're back. I feel like I haven't seen you since 1985. It's only been a week, though.
back. Wow, is it a week?
Yeah, well, I miss you, and I've been running all over town.
Yeah, well, you're a busy man. You got the shows, the pods, the kid.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, I gotta really warn you up. You're about to be wiped out and put away wet, as they
Yeah.
say. Because I realized for a while, I was like, it's no big deal.
Yes.
Don't sweat it. Because the early days, the baby sleeps 17 hours a day.
Oh, that's nice.
So you're a little sleepy, but it's whatever. But now there's the clinging and the exciting and the playing and the goofballs and the nuggets.
And the picking up things. I see he grabs the photos. It's glass. He's touching corners. Like that corner of that chest. That's your whole life right now.
Yeah, and it's there's a balcony and the stairs and the goofs and the goggles and he's head first down, fly down the slide and the thing. So it's a lot of that, and then you're getting all the text you're getting.
Yeah.
It's happening while the baby wants to be held. So
Right, right.
And you're like, okay, let me just text this. And then you don't want to be texting because the baby's looking at you going, why do you love the phone more than you love me? So you're trying to hide that. And
Good point.
And plus, you got a boner because you have only had sex once a day for 6 years. And
Ooh, once a day. That's nothing.
so, yeah, it's a little, I'm funked out and
Yeah.
I'm Funkhauser.
The only positive of the baby so far, the pregnant wife, is it's a easy go-to convo. Everybody's like, how's the baby? How far
Right.
along is she? And then I went to this party last night, and they're like, I got a 1-year-old. You're going to hate it. Kill it. Get rid of it. Dumpster fire. Whatever. A coat hanger. And I'm like, oh, God. So I'm getting half mixed. I'm getting the you 6 months ago of like, it's not bad. It's fun. You love the thing. You squeeze it. You don't want to leave it. And then I get the kill it, stab it in the face.
Well, some of those people, I mean, it is fun. It's just hard to get things done. You're
Yes.
like, oh my God, it's a lot harder. Like when you're getting text, you're like, I got to get, because when you have a free moment, you're like, let me send 14 emails.
Yes.
And I haven't watched the film since 1988.
Right.
Previously, my whole life, people were like, what are you watching? I'm like, I just saw this, I
Yes.
saw that, and I saw this. And now I'm going to be like, you seen Goodfellas?
Yeah.
I watched that a couple there's nothing, you can't watch anything.
I
And then
know.
when you're like, I can't get a workout in. And before I was doing MMA, I was playing
Yes.
tennis, I was going to the gym, I was running, I was fucking my dad, I was
Yes.
blowing my mother.
The Equinox gay stuff.
And I mean, now I go to Equinox for 8 minutes. I'm like, okay, good. I put a foot in there.
Yeah, I saw Rachel last night. She's got a kid, and she's like, if you have a free 2 hours, you're using it. There's no more, what am I binging? Is Ozark on? It's just, hey, I'm doing origami. I'm writing a joke. I'm getting laid. I'm cooking.
Well, right. That's the other thing is I'm like, when am I supposed to create?
I know.
Now I jot down an idea and you riff on it, but there's no like, I'm going to go to Starbucks for 3 hours and write
love
some
those.
jokes. So, yeah.
But there's hope. I mean, look at all the killer comics with the Rugrats. You got the Bill Burrs and the Rocks and the Louis and the Cosby.
Yeah, I just did a special. I thought it was damn
Yes.
good.
Special, movie, anal.
Yeah, it's a damn good special. Thanks to everyone again that came out, Rosemont and Old Town, Chicago. No, it's a blast. It's a lot of fun. But the problem is you don't want to do those things because you just want to be with that goddamn kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
Well,
then you
that's
leave. And last night I did Laugh It Up Poughkeepsie with Louie.
Oh, I like that room.
Yeah, well, we were supposed to do a co-headlining thing, which is quite nice of Louie to say, oh, we'll co-headline. And I'm like, I think we know the score here.
Yeah, well, I think you're a little sharper than his tool shed.
Well, now I'm trying all this new, so I'm also a stinker. But we went up there, and, people forget with the kid. It's like he has a house not far from there. And he's like, you want to stay over? We'll hang out. We'll get breakfast. I'm like, stay over. I got a child. What are you,
Yeah.
nuts? But it's tempting to, puncture your own tire like that.
That was a bubbler.
And go, oh, no, the tire broke. I got to stay
Yeah.
up here and, take a hot tub with my buddy.
You know what it clicked for me? When you did some gig in Vegas, this is 5-6 months ago, the kid was fresh out of the clam there, and you had a chance to go to some football game, and you bailed.
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
like, whoa, you're different. You
Yeah.
would never turn down a sporting event.
You got to turn down everything.
Yeah.
It's hard because I'm like, I can't be like, hey, would you mind if I went to Williamsburg and wrestled with Diego for an hour? Your wife will shit on your tits and smush it in.
Can you get him here? Can you get him here? Well, let's wrestle on the bed naked.
I thought about that because I was running. I moved to this very fancy neighborhood here. I mean, is this? You're always in a rush. We got to go. Best Chipotle ever is across the street.
I walked right by it. I looked at it. It looked very nice.
We got to go in there. We could take a walk around. It's spectacular here. What is this?
Well, you know what it is? I got 7 Mexican guys at my house. I got a yeah, well, more Indian.
Hola.
Thank you. And so I got to go monitor them, and then they always have questions. And then the wife's texting me like, they want to put this curtain rod up my ass. What do you think? And I'm like, let them do it. They're Mexican. They know. So it's always something back to the house. And then my house now is like my kid, where I'm like, I need every minute. I want to unpack that box. I want to undo that closet, get it filled up, whatever it is. So I always have to get back there and keep working.
Well, we have that too. It's horrible. And people have said this. Moving in is a month. I have a taskmaster coming over today.
Whoa!
Because you just can't get to the shit. I've hung 3 photos.
Yes.
And to really properly hang, you got to measure.
Yeah.
You measure twice, cut once. You got to have a level. You got to have the little condom thing, the anchor.
The anchor.
You got to put the anchor thing
Anchor
in,
baby.
which should be called a condom. I feel like
I like that.
it's more condomy than an anchor.
Nah,
but
I don't wear 'em.
You got to do all that stuff. So now finally, I'm like, fuck it. I'm hiring a guy to come over here and hang my
Wow.
photos
Good
and
for
fuck
you.
my wife in front of me.
Yes.
And it's hard. And now I have my entire family coming because Canner's wedding is tomorrow.
Is that right?
Yeah. So which you're going to be there, right?
Sure. With bells on. Whatever that means.
Richard Belzer.
Who's wearing bells? Jingle bells.
Yeah. I'll be home with
For
bells
the
on.
holidays. Yeah.
Well, you wear bells if you go hiking near bears. Bear
Is
bells.
that right? Bear bells.
Yeah.
Bear Grylls.
Not to be confused with barbells.
Ah, yes.
Those you lift.
Uh-huh.
Well, there's dumbbell, which is the same as a barbell.
Yeah. And then there's
Right?
I think so. Then there's a bell tower.
Oh, yeah. University of Texas.
Oh, they have a bell tower?
That was the big shooting, #1 shooting. That was like 1965 or something like
What?
that. 63. That was the first school shooting. That was the
didn't know
biggest
that.
one.
At a universe?
Guy was up in the tower with a cowboy hat and a sniper rifle just picking people off. Look that up. I think that was in the 60s. The UT Shooty Tower. It's still there. I always go by and, pour out some whiskey for my homies.
Wow, I thought it was Virginia Tech. Tech
Well,
9.
that was the one. That was the Asian kid.
Yes.
That was in like 2005 or something like that.
Right.
That became the biggest. I'm talking, this was the biggest for like 4 decades.
Whoa! Did he pick some people off? Did he kill them?
I think they finally picked him off. It
School
was a shooting. You look up UT shooting 1960s. Yeah. Now the most, I believe, is the Vegas one. That Halloween country
right,
festival.
right,
That
right.
guy really. Did I ever tell you my movie, my horror movie idea?
Oh, please.
Thriller horror movie. Okay, so listen to this. I
All
might have told you.
right,
I
here
might
we
have told
go,
you. I think you're
Fatty.
going to like this.
Lay it on me.
I think you're going to enjoy it. So these school shooters, hold that thought with the UT shooting.
Beauty call.
They reference it in Full Metal Jacket also, because the guy learned how to shoot in the Marines.
Me love you long time.
Should I shut that? The beeping? There's construction up my ass.
I think it stopped.
I mean, I can. Oh, it's a moving truck. Backing up. Some asshole moving into my building.
Or moving out.
Hopefully.
Moving out.
What do you got there, Chuckles?
Says that he killed 15 people, including an unborn child, and injured 31 others, and it was the deadliest mass shooting by a lone gunman in U.S. history, which is only surpassed 18 years later by the San Ysidro McDonald's massacre.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one, too.
Wow.
What was that, New Mexico? Something like that?
It says remained the deadliest school shooting in American history until being surpassed 41 years later by the Virginia Tech shooting.
There you go.
Damn, quarter
Yeah, that guy,
pounder.
he went crazy over there. And what was I about to say? He was a Marine. Bless you.
You were going to talk about your own horror movie.
Horror movie, but then I had something else. We always go off on
UT,
tangents.
the Virginia Tech, Full Metal Jack.
Full Metal Jacket. Fuck my
Beeping.
tits. The horror movie, the beeping,
Killing
the
your
construction.
kid.
Well, a horror movie. So these
yes.
school shooters, these school kids, they're all virgin, incel assholes,
yep.
whatever. They have nowhere to go, whatever. So they decide to shoot kids. But eventually, this will evolve because kids will be like, that's hacky. You know how that goes.
All right.
After a while, people are like, hair bands are gay. I'm into Nirvana. Nirvana's gay. I like NSYNC.
That's
So these
gay.
kids, these two kids, they're lonely. Maybe it's you and me, but if we were boys. And they
Sure.
go, we got to kill, but shooting is so hacky, and now they flag it. So instead, they decide to go to like a park, the woods, like a wooded park, and just stab people at random.
You did tell me this.
They stab and run and hide.
Yes.
And it's kind of a thrilling adventure. And there's this weird party that's like kind of like rooting for these kids. Did I tell us on the podcast? Am
Yeah, I
repeating
think you
this?
did. I think you did, but it's good. I like it. We'll call it Take a Stab at it.
Hey, Stabsalot.
Yeah. Donovan McStab.
Stabs barbecue.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck. All right. Well, sorry for the repeat.
I stabbed my toe. It's a good movie. Call in if you have any ideas, any taglines, any plot twists.
Taglines, faglines, whatever you got.
Yeah, snorted a few of those. So, where to begin? We got a lot to talk about here.
Yeah,
What were we talking about? Oh, school shootings.
Texas.
They just had a mass shooting in Orlando. No one brought it up.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
The nightclub?
It flew under the radar. No, that was a gay thing. This was just some guy at a I think it was a Halloween party on a street, like not a parade, but a block party, and he just
Yikes.
mowed him down. Florida, baby.
Yeah, I hope they stop doing that.
Yeah, these copycatters, they just keep going. They saw one other kid do it. They go, that's me. Isn't it weird to go see a school shooting and you go, that'll be my thing?
I'll do that. That sounds like fun. Well, I guess, it becomes, it's exciting. It's a thrill. It becomes competitive. Let's see
Yeah.
what I can get. It's,
Maybe there's something to, they say like you got to have diversity, you got to have representation. If a black woman sees another black woman comedian, she's like, I can do that. Maybe there's some truth to that because school shooters are usually white or Asian.
right.
So maybe black people, when they see a black shooter, they'll be like, I can do that.
Well, let's hope. Let's hope they open up the door. We need the
Yeah.
Rosa Parks of school shooting.
That's good.
I think it can happen. Come on, guys, get in the game.
Rosa Parkland.
Hey, that's not bad.
Okay, that'll get ugly later. I'm mixing black rights and a school shooting.
Yeah.
That's a dicey one.
Yeah.
But okay, so I got a lot to tell you there, Fatty. I got to
Hit
put
me.
it right in your butthole and see if it hits your taint. First off, had the Bodega Cat kickoff party.
I know. I couldn't be there. I was up in Poughkeepsie. I was sad. I got the invite, not from you, but from Sam.
I figured you didn't want to go. I didn't want to bother you.
I would have gone.
All right. I know you would have, but I figured you came to the baby shower. We had the park hang with your baby. I feel like we maxed out on social.
All right.
But
I'm a social guy.
okay. So I didn't want to bother you, but we had the party, and a party is just stressful. It's like, is anyone going to show up? And then we're there, and Sam's like, we should have food. I was like, let's get pizza. We ordered 30 pizzas from Joe's.
Love it. Hopefully all cheese.
But it's weird because you order it on Postmates, and they go, is this real? Because it's a prank. That's like a prank call.
Right.
Send 30 pizzas to the Comedy Cellar. Care of Caroline's.
Right.
So they didn't buy it, but then they eventually sent the 30 pizzas. Try to guess how much that costs. 30 pies.
All right. Let me do this math real quick because New York City, it's about $20 a pie. Let's say $22 a pie.
And it's Joe's, so this ain't no dollar jizz.
No. So 20 times 30 is 2 times 3 is 6. That's $600 plus the 2 I tacked on, and 2 plus
Tip.
30 is 60. So what did I say? $660. So I'm going to say $660. And then you tipped $1,000 in cash, I assume?
No.
That's what I do.
You're not going to tip over the bill.
I did. $660, so 20% of that is $120. $120-ish. So $660 plus $120 is $880. I'm going to say $880.
11 hundo.
What?
Yeah, after tip. Well, you get some
Who put this
pepperoni.
together, Veter?
You put the
Well, I forgot about the pepperoni.
Yes.
This is why I don't do it. People go, let's get one with applesauce and cum on it. We'll get one with pineapples and shoelaces.
and a placenta and
gum.
Gaza strip. Yeah.
It's $48 for the pizza. Just
Yes.
get the cheese pizza, and I'll tell you what, anyone can put whatever they want on it. If you want something, go across the street to 7-Eleven, buy a bag of salami, and throw it
Come
on there.
Nobody's going to come in there with a slicer and start cutting up meat.
Why not? Suck me off. Go buy a hot dog and slice it up and put it on the pizza.
Get some olives while you're at it. Let's do a whole thing. But yeah.
Like olives matter.
Yeah. So 1100 clean. I gotta pay Sam back for that. He covered it, so I'm gonna give him some cash today.
I'm
But
sure you won't.
I'm covering. But yeah, so people showed up. Now here's the clinker. We had your Rachels, your Anthony DeVitos. We had a good
Whoa.
group. Fun
Sally
people.
Hughes?
Sally didn't show.
What?
He was doing a photo shoot.
Oh, that's
Crazy.
right. Over here.
Yes.
He texted me. He's like, "Hey, I'm doing a photo shoot. Come by." And I'm like, "What are you crazy?" I'm like, all these people are like, "Just swing on by,
Right.
spur of the moment." I'm like, "I'm changing a diaper with my wife's panties on my head."
Yeah. Well, he can come by. He's one of those guys that are like, "Hey, I'm on Pluto. I got an idea for a sketch." And he's like,
I've never seen or heard of this man with his son.
"Yeah."
Every time I see him, he's got 3 cameras up his ass. He just got back from Vietnam.
He's got photos of it.
Of his kid?
Yeah, I've seen him.
I've never seen him.
He's a cute kid. I think I saw him on a milk carton. That's where I saw the photo. But yeah. So Syracuse, I'm like, you got to come by, and he's like, how about you come to this photo shoot?
That's
I'm like,
what he said to
I have
me.
a party, and he's like, come by when you're before you go and then after you go. And I'm like, so I'm gonna go to you, go to the party, and come back. Get the fuck out of here.
He said the same thing to me. He's like, "You're still in Battery Park City?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm walking around." He's like, "Come by the photos." I'm like, "I'm just gonna get a last second. My hair is sideways.
Yeah,
My
right.
asshole's bleeding." I'm like, "I can't just get a headshot right
Baby
now."
puke and shit in your mouth.
Yeah.
So we have the party. All the reps show up. Now, these are men with jobs, Jerry. These are like suited men with haircuts and watches on and nice cufflinks and shiny shoes.
I don't care for that.
These are Long Island, like, liquor people. They do Peter Luger. They do Strip House. They do Keen's Steakhouse. These are the
I know
real deal.
Keen's.
Oh, yeah. Patrick Keen. So
Great guy.
these guys show up. Now, one of them goes, hey, I'm the lead guy here. I'm in charge. I'm going to give a little speech welcoming you guys into the show or the party or whatever.
Now, let me ask you this real quick. Haven't you guys been doing this for 2 years? What is a launch party? I don't get what's going on here. I've heard about Bodega Cat literally 2 years ago.
It's a good question.
Thank you.
Here's the point. We've had this thing, but we never had representation. We were just going, hey, you want to blow me store? You want to carry this? And they go,
I
who are
see.
you? Get out of here. You got to have a real agent.
Oh, okay.
So they're like an agent. So they go, hey, Dickless store, you got to have this booze. Get the hooch over there ASAP.
I see. So now, are you guys national or international? What's happening?
Getting there. We're
Okay.
pretty much national, but it's one venue at a time. You got to go knock on doors and campaign.
Now, how does this happen? I assume somebody came to you. You guys didn't just get together and go, let's make whiskey.
We chatted about it on the pod, and then some guy from Texas was like, I'll do it. You guys have a podcast. You're, in the public eye. I'll do it.
Sure. Wow. Okay.
So he started churning some booze. He sent us about 10 samples. We had a night out, got drunk, tried them all. We said, that's the one. We sent it back, and he goes, woo! He's making a big old vat, stirring it, pouring corn in there and malt or whatever the hell.
Now, let me ask you this. Does he make the whiskey? Like, where are the 7 whiskeys from? If they're already made, where'd they come from? I don't get it.
They got warehouses with barrels and drunks and Jack Danielses and all this stuff.
And
Vats,
so they're
lot of
trying
vats.
the different ones. They go put one pepper in one of them,
Yes.
put Thai food in another, put pizza in another, put
Easy.
a bag of cum in another
Yeah.
one, and then they go, which one do you like?
Yes. And you go,
Interesting.
that's Woody, that's Oaky, that's Blackie, that's Brownie.
Because I'd be scared on your end. I'd be like, are they just sending us Jim Beam and Jack Daniels and Taylor Williams or whatever it's called?
Taylor Swift.
What's that one?
Evan Williams.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I think either way, we're like, go with the Buffalo Trace one.
Right.
So make that one. That people like that. So we went with that one, and they made it. And then the guy flew the coop. He goes, this is actually way more work than I thought it would be. I thought you guys were much more famous. I thought this would fly off the shelves. No one knows who you are.
Boy,
I'm out.
You got a lot of guys flying the coop. Your contractor, your I guess just the two.
Yeah, well, the contractor we got rid of,
I see.
and the designer we fired. That's a whole nother bag of jizz. But yeah, so that guy flew the coop. So then we tried to do it ourselves, which we're a couple of downsy tards. We just like to drink the shit. We don't want to actually hawk it.
Right.
So this other guy got on board, who happens to be the wife's cousin. He's a liquor guy.
Your wife's cousin?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, he goes, I'm in. I'm a fan, blah, blah, blah. And he took over and revamped the whole thing. Got us in with these suits, got us in with these restaurants, and we're off and running.
I really feel like you're marrying into the Kennedys. It's fascinating because they come down, they got sweaters, they're on the Cape Cod, they got sweaters around their chests, they're selling liquor, they got houses, they're doing blow. It just feels like
That's true.
Camelot down there.
Yeah, the vaccine. That's my Kennedy.
Oh, that Kennedy.
Yeah.
I don't think of him as a Kennedy.
Hey, he's in there.
Yeah, he is.
The family hates him.
Yeah. Well, he's a lawyer. He's not a scientist. Nobody seems to get that. It's very strange about it. I'm going to get a lot of shit about this RFK, but it's very weird. He is a lawyer.
Yeah, he is. He sued everybody.
He's not a PhD. He's not a doctor or a scientist. He's a lawyer.
No, neither is Dr. Pepper. Just saying.
But,
He's not a lawyer either.
well, people aren't taking medical advice from Dr. Pepper either.
Hey,
but-
I drink a good bit of that. It's a fine product.
It's very interesting. Anyways,
No, you're not wrong. I think he's like sued all these giant ocean companies with the poison and the pollution. I don't know.
Yeah, it's very strange.
He sues everybody. Run around Sue Costello. So, so yeah, we have the party. The guy gives a speech, and you realize, oh, this guy wants to just do a speech at the cellar. That's what the party was. He's on stage at the cellar. Everybody's taking photos of him. He's cracking a few jokes. This guy's living his dream.
the whiskey cellar.
Yes.
And he's selling whiskey. This
At
is
the cellar.
fascinating. Cellar,
He's a whiskey
cellar,
seller selling whiskey at the cellar.
Wow.
Seashore, seashells.
Yeah.
So he does a speech. Then our whiskey guy, the cousin, goes up and he bombs. He's like, I'll say a few words, and crickets.
Mm-hmm.
And then me and Sam go up. We did a couple dumb jokes, and then we wrapped it all up. And Rachel heckled us. Good times.
So glad I missed this.
Oh, it was
Sounds awful.
It was fun. The free pizza, free booze.
Yeah, the pizza's nice.
And then it's just so hard networking. You got to drink. It's so awkward. You feel stupid. It feels like a wedding where you're like, oh, I'm talking to this guy too long. I got to go over here, and this guy's nudging me.
Right.
And then you got to say something to this guy. But they all showed up, so I appreciate it. And everybody was very nice. We got the hell out of there. Liz kicked us all out at 7, which made it way
Oh,
better.
because it's a show.
Yes.
That's what's so nice about comedy, like a festival where it's social. You're like, oh, you know what? I'm going to go watch the guy. So you can go hide in the room in the dark for a little while.
Yes.
Because you get the stress and pressure of socializing. And then you can go, oh, gee. And you got to pretend you're like, oh, my God, fucking Flappy White is on.
Yeah.
And they're like, you like him? I'm like, oh, I never missed a set of
Huge
his.
fan.
And then you just go to the bathroom.
The party was in the bar area, and there was a show. Norton was in the lounge. I went and watched Norton for like 20 minutes just because I was like, I need a minute. Norton? And then, went back in. Liz was kicking everybody out. It was great, but it's very adult. I'm so glad it's over.
Did you see the clip of Cumia and Norton's wife?
No.
They were talking about how everything's old now, how we're old, and so everything feels old. Like we're always talking about, like
Yeah.
TV shows. And he's like, yeah, now he's like, your Ford Taurus you had in 2006 looks like a Model T. And Norton points at his wife and he goes, that's what she is. Something like that. It was beautiful.
Model T.
Yeah,
Trans.
yeah, it
Oh,
was
that's
beautiful.
great.
Very funny.
Wow. He's quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, great time. Thanks for coming out to the party. Whatever, we had a good time, and we got a lot of hooch out there. We got the word out. You got to have
Good.
these parties. Because
Hoochie mama.
the guy gave a speech and he goes, Brad Pitt's got a gin, Dolly Parton has a wine. No one's ever heard of it. You got to get out there. You got to sell the shit and be a face.
Right. Well, then Bert and Tom have a vodka.
Yes.
Right?
And they're out there.
They're out there, Jerry. Well, they're, big.
They're famous. Well, you can't keep Bert. If you told Bert, hey, you're going to start selling swastikas, he'd be like, I'm on it, shirt off, helicopter, dropping swastikas on Israel.
Yeah, he can really sell.
Oh, he can sell, baby. So, what do you think of these pants? A little tight.
Yeah, I don't know.
They're stretchy. Public rec.
Oh, yeah, I think I have some of those. Yeah,
at
they
that.
make me itch. I have very sensitive Irish gay skin, and I get itchy. But yeah, I don't like
yes.
I don't like pants that are clinging to my
Yes,
tits.
I don't like cling. I hate constriction.
Yeah,
like
me
a
too.
boa. But yeah,
Terrible.
so thanks for coming out. So Gaffigan, I sent an invite to Gaffigan as he'll never come.
You invited Gaffigan and not me? This
Well,
is an outrage.
I figured Sam would invite you.
Yeah, he did, but
All right.
still.
So I invite Gaffigan. He gives me the thumbs up. They're like, oh, he's not coming. Party's from 5 to 7. He shows up at 6:56.
Nice.
And, I mean, he walked in, and all the reps were like, oh, my God, it's Tim Walls. Because he does SNL,
Right.
you know? And they all flipped out like, Tim Walls guy is here.
Most
And-
popular Tim Walls has ever been.
I know, right? And so Gaffigan came in. He took about 600 photos. Poor guy. Walked in, just got bombarded, and then left.
Damn.
Well, he's got his own whiskey, so it's a little
Gaffigan
awkward.
has a whiskey?
Yeah. He just started called Father Time.
This is very bizarre.
Well, I think he's trying to make a cash grab out there.
I guess so.
5 kids. You got to drink.
Yeah, they live in like a 2-bedroom. It's so crazy.
Isn't that wild?
It really is.
You have one kid, you're texting with the baby in your arm, you got shit in your ear. He's got 5 of those bastards running around, climbing on him.
Yeah, I can't imagine. And Sarah was saying this the other day. It's like it's weird. Like it's almost like a redneck. You're like
Oh, yeah.
you're in a 2-bedroom apartment. It's like a trailer park.
That's
you
a
got
good
5
point.
people in a house.
It's a redneck
Apartment.
or a migrant.
Right.
You know, you got like a Chinese immigrant in Chinatown with 38 relatives on a floor.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyways,
so yeah, that was one
Ugly.
thing. I got to run this by you.
please.
I'm doing my show at the Cellar. I see Bill Burr. He's running around. And I go, oh, Bill Burr. And I go, hey, Bill, I got my show if you want to pop on. He goes, I'd love to. He goes, do you mind if I just do like 8 minutes? I was like, whatever you want. What a pro. The host is on. The host is doing okay. It's going up cold, whatever. And he goes, can I go next? And I go, you sure you don't want me to put somebody first and then you go second just to kind of get it moving? He's like, no, I'll go next. He goes up there, killing immediately. Like
I
within
bet.
8 seconds, just like, blah, blah, blah. Like the crowd's like, ah! And, you know, we see so much comedy. It's like you say, no one actually knows what killing is. This guy was fucking. I mean, people are like, you know, that shit, and like, all
Right.
this stuff. I haven't seen that in a while, and it was within 10 seconds. He's murdering,
Wow.
and I
I
go,
wish I
"What
saw
the
it."
fuck was that?" He goes, "That's the SNL monologue."
Oh.
I go, "Oh, 'cause it was-
Right.
It was
right.
election night, and it was like 4 minutes of it. Half of it was about the election, and it was just so in the moment, so off the cuff. It felt it was incredible.
Wow. So he's hosting this week.
This Saturday.
Bleep that.
Oh yeah. But
don't have to bleep it. I
what
don't
a
give a
pro. Just so cool to see. And then he went down to the VU and I followed him. I want to see it again.
How amazing is this that all these comics are hosting an SNL? Like, if I don't know off the top of my head, but I feel like if you went through all the history of the hosts of SNL, we've never had a year where this many stand-up comedians
You'd think
hosted and did
so.
stand-up. I
Let's
feel like
see,
through the
Nate-
2000s, no comics hosted.
Well, it started with we had Pryor, Carlin, Kaufman.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
in the early
but Kaufman
Steve Martin.
Kaufman just did his own thing. He didn't do the monologue. He just did
Oh,
a
is that
segment.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. He
But-
would be weird in the monologue.
Yeah, but I think when we were kids in the 90s, it wasn't like, Seinfeld did like 92, 98, maybe.
Right.
But like Paul Reiser and Roseanne weren't hosting SNL and doing stand-up.
Yeah, Louis Anderson or John Panette.
They weren't even stand-ups at the time. They kind of quit stand. Like,
Yeah.
right? Am I crazy? Like,
Well, Louis did it 2 or 3 times.
I think he might have even done it 4 times.
4
but like
times?
Louis was doing it,
Rock.
and then Chappelle. How many times did Rock host? Did he do
3?
Is that
Not-
right?
Not a ton.
I can't even remember.
Mulaney's done it 5 times at least.
Yeah, but I feel like in the 90s, we'd have to look it up. It was more celebrity. It was Alec
Yeah.
Baldwin, Tom Hanks. I don't know. I can't remember
Yeah.
who else. Steve Buscemi hosted one.
Oh,
that was
did
a
he really?
classic. Yeah. Oh my God, one of the best episodes ever.
Well, I think it's just proving that comedy is in the zeitgeist, baby. We're in the mainstream. We're in the upper deck and the varsity.
I can't remember a time where it was like, Nate, Burr, Shane.
Yeah, Mulaney.
What if they'll bring Louis back?
That would be great. I think maybe the Adrian special, which comes out this week, I believe.
Yeah.
I think Louis producing that is just like, oh, we can hire this guy again. I think that'll kind of open things up, maybe.
I think he was wondering. He was like, are they going to put my name? He's like, I'm fine to not have my name on it. But they're like, no, you directed it. It's on there.
Interesting.
So, well, Netflix also has Schultz and Tim Dillon and
Shane.
Shane. So they're going that way. We'll see what happens now with this new president. I'm worried things will swing back the other way. Although the Democrats got trounced so badly that you hope that woke is really dead forever. But
that would be nice.
I feel like he brings it out of people. Him in charge, he's going to be like, we're migrating, we're going to kick everyone out, and then everyone's going to go, oh, we got to have, everybody's got to be.
Right. Well,
whatever.
just the Tony Hinchcliffe stuff I saw it bubbling up, and I was like, this feels like 4 years ago or 5 years ago. So who the hell knows, but Tony's lucky Trump won just because he was going to get killed. We have the same agent, and my agent said he got about like 20 death threats from Trump people. Like if he loses this race because of your fucking twink client, we're coming after you there, Jew face.
That's hilarious and stupid.
I know. He was laughing about it, but that's where we're at, folks.
Yeah, well, Tony, I think he's dead on the inside because I think people were like, are you doing okay? And he was like, what?
Oh, really?
I think he's like, I don't even give a shit.
Wow.
I think he's a tough cookie.
Yeah, that affected me, and I wasn't even there.
No, I think he's like, I don't care. And I think he added a lot of followers and blew up. It just doesn't. The more you try to cancel somebody now, the better they do.
Right. Yikes. Okay. Well, I had to throw that Burr story out there because he's so great because he walked off stage and he did a bit about Shaq. I don't want to ruin it. Oh, it's already out.
Yeah, good
That's
point.
already out. Okay. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, great.
It's been out for 6 months.
Okay, so he does a bit about Shaq, and he's like, does Shaq need more money? He's like hawking insurance, and now he's doing printer ink. Printer ink now? He's holding the printer in his hand, looks like a little cell phone, and he's like, how rich does this guy need to be? Enough's enough, you 9-foot whore. And he said 9-foot whore, and I fucking hit the floor, and 4 floors of whores. He got off, and I went, 9-foot whore. He goes, you think? You like that? I'm like, oh, wow, he's still insecure about it.
Interesting.
That's a real pro.
That's hilarious.
You think? I love that. It's like, hey, is that something? What do you mean is that something? Murder. People are vomiting blood.
It's a great bit, but in my mind, I'm like, I don't know. You get used to making a certain amount of money, and then you drop off. I'm like, he probably doesn't have that much money. You know, he's making $25 million a year for a while, so he bought a $30 million house, and now he's 60 years old. Right. He's trying to take care of his family. Get out there and hawk that ink.
I'm not against the hawking either, but hawk Tua. But people get a little persnickety about people making more money. You've seen the Reddit,
right? Yeah. Well, I mean, when you're hawking, people don't like hawking. They hate the hawk.
Well, I will say,
Atlanta Hawks.
In the 80s, I think they beat the Knicks.
What?
The Hawks?
Yesterday?
Yeah.
In a regular season game?
Yeah.
That's okay.
All right. Warhawk.
It's like 74 more games.
All right. Well, I'm just getting drunk Sam text, so.
Yeah.
But, I feel like back in the day, some actor, who made this point? Some actor could get like a commercial and it would change their life. You got the Captain Morgan.
It was huge. I made about $25,000.
That would go to Jake Gyllenhaal or
right.
Chalamet.
Yeah. It's frustrating for all the actors. Again, with the PC culture thing, I think there's a lot of white dudes that were acting, and then they're out.
Right.
I mean, I haven't seen a commercial with a family of white folks just sitting around the campfire since 1985.
Yeah, you got to have interracial. One kid's got to be trans or a robot.
Yeah, so times have changed. Ladies and gentlemen, Tuesdays with Stories is brought to you by Blue Chew. Be the best they have ever had with Blue Chew. Blue Chew is an online service that delivers ED meds right to your door so you can perform at the top of your game. Blue Chew delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra, but in an easy-to-take, chewable form and at just a fraction of the cost. I'm loving my Blue Chew. I got a big stack of Blue Chews on my side lamp, in my my towel rack, in my hat, in my pocket. I got them everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
I got them right in my asshole right now. All you got to do is sign up at BlueChew.com, meet with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll get your prescription within days. Even if you feel like, I don't really have a trouble with a boner or whatever, this will give you the ultimate boner. You'll be the best lover you've ever been, and you'll give yourself confidence and just excellence. The ladies love when you use this stuff. Just do it secretly on the low key or let them know. Blue Chew wants you to have the confidence to perform at your best. So discover your options at BlueChew.com. Tuesdays with Stories listeners, try Blue Chew free when you use promo code Tuesdays at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code Tuesdays to receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast.
Yeah, baby. Hey, folks. Tuesday with Stories is brought to you by Jack Black. With all the holidays coming up, smelling good is a must. You never know who you're going to run into, so stay on top of your hygiene with Jack Black. Jack Black is a full line of men's products that all smell nice. Everything from cleansing and moisturizing to beard care. Committed to making men's body care products that were just as effective as the ones marketed towards women, Jack Black has what you need. They even have gifting sets that are perfect for presents and anyone on your list. You got to love Jack Black. We got the holidays coming up. You're going to need stuff. Get this. No one sees it coming. It's a great gift. I love it. I'm a fan. Here's what to do. Whether you want to stock up on lip care with their 3-piece lip balm set or go big with their MVP box featuring 13 of their best-selling products, you can't go wrong with Jack Black. The holiday season, if you want simple, effective products that help you look your best, you need Jack Black. Head to getjackblack.com /Tuesdays and you use code Tuesdays for 10% off your order. That's getjackblack.com /Tuesdays for 10% off, and make sure you use promo code Tuesdays so they know the boys sent you. So after the election, Carmen Lynch had a great tweet. She said, "I haven't heard New York this quiet since 9/12," which I thought was
That's
fun.
funny.
I text her like, "You're on fire today," but I got a friend of mine. She's like a rich, well-off white lady, and she took the day off work after Trump won. And then I got 4 Mexican guys working on my house. They barely speak English. They're clearly illegal. They all are happy to be at work, and they voted for Trump.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? It's a wacky time.
They killed it with the Latinos, that is for sure. But yeah, we were talking to someone who's like, I'm looking into moving to Europe, and you're like, all right, well, we'll see you later.
You hear that, Cher? Move or don't.
But we'll see what happens. Who knows? What the fuck?
Yeah. It does feel like something's going to change. Like right when Trump, it's like Louis' old joke. He's like, right when you go to Harlem, you think you're going to get stabbed in the face. And it's just like a regular, beautiful neighborhood in New York.
Right.
Right when you cross. It's the same when Trump wins, you're like, oh, I'll just eat dinner.
Yeah, the sun will come out. Yeah, I was talking people off the ledge. Don't get me wrong. I think, I don't want to talk politics.
We don't have to get politics.
Yeah. I'm out on the politics here.
All right. Well, what are you up to there, Fatty?
Well, I got some stories from 7 months ago. And also, I just made a new short film with a guy named David Foley, one of these young whippersnappers who messages me. These are the only movies I get. People that they got a small budget and they go, Joe List will make your movie? Because I got enough followers that they're like, whoa.
All right.
Because they don't have they can't get anybody.
Sure.
So they email me, and my email just responds with, I'm in. I don't even have to read a script. So this guy asked me to make this short film, and I think it's going to be funny.
Really?
I think it's pretty funny. He's a friend of Sam Rubinoff, so I said, I'm in.
Gay porn? What are we talking here?
Well, it's a comedy. It's a comedy.
Okay.
Let's just say horror comedy, but it's not really a horror comedy. There's some spooky stuff happens, but it's funny.
All right.
And he said, "Hey, here's the thing," and I just say, well, "Yeah, anything I don't have to audition for."
Yes. Here.
Because you do an audition, I'm like this. I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah.
Fuck. It just sucks. And I just picture everyone watching going, look how retarded this guy is.
Yeah, same.
So if somebody goes, I'll put you in a thing, I say, you betcha.
Yeah, well, you have even gotten auditions. You've auditioned for something and got it. I've never gotten stuff. So you must be decent.
Well, I mean, I got to qualify. I got a commercial where I say no things. Literally, I say 0 things in the commercial. I
Good
stand
point.
there, and they go, that guy looks like a retarded dork cuck. So
You were made for that role.
I got in there. I got that. I mean, I didn't do like a British accent
I
and get
see.
it.
He didn't cry or anything.
No. But anyway, so I did this film, and it was a great time. I love making these movies. I'm killing with the crew. I like the crew. I'm very drawn to the crew because I
Love
come
the
from
crew.
a very blue-collar-y background. So I like the people carrying the shit and painting the stuff
Yes.
and cutting up the stuff. And
Same.
So that was a great time. And I worked with this guy, Keith William Richards.
Was he a serial killer?
Not to be confused with Keith Richards. Well, I think you got to throw the William in there
Oh, got it.
because there's already a famous Keith Richards.
It's like Michael B. Jordan.
Exactly. This guy is famous for he's the guy that assassinates Sandler in Uncut Gems.
Whoa.
He kills Sandler, who's the only time Sandler's ever died in a movie. Fun fact.
Well, comedically, he's died a few times.
Absolutely. Almost every time, if you ask me. But
Click.
so he's the guy that kills him. And
Kill
this guy,
him.
Keith William Richards, evidently he was he was at 9/11. He was helping clean up. He got cancer from 9/11 stuff.
The dust.
Mesothelioma or whatever the fuck it's called.
Whoa.
And he got that, and then he was like a construction guy, and the Safdie brothers were like, hey, you got a unique thing. You want to be in the movie?
Does he have a look?
He's a very handsome Irish guy. He's like 60. He's got like piercing blue Irish eyes.
Love that.
And a very handsome guy, and he smokes, so he sounds like this. He's almost like Colin. He sounds like this. He's got a thick New York, Brooklyn accent.
Yeah.
He's like, I hate Trump. I grew up with Trump, that motherfucker.
Uh-huh.
You can ask him about me. He knows me. He's
Right.
like one of these guys. And then he's like, I talked to William Dafoe the other day. And I'm like, you know Willem Dafoe?
Wow.
And he's like, I met Marty Scorsese on this thing. I didn't even know who the fuck he was. And he's like one of these guys.
I like him.
A total character, and he had me rolling in the aisle. So we're screen partner, but he seems like this New York tough guy, and I don't want to give away too much of the movie, but he had to be like, we're shooting at like 3 a.m. It went so fucking late, and it was like 30 degrees. We're up in New Jersey, and he's like laying on the ground, rolling around. He's like, I want to make sure we get it. He's soaking wet. Everyone's shivering. This guy, he's like a go-getter.
Yeah.
And I felt like Jerry with Michael Richards. Like he's like in my face going, and like I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, this guy's hilarious. He's hysterical.
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be funny. I hope, and it's just a great time. And acting is fun because comedy, you're so solo. You're just trying to like, is this funny? I think it's funny. You're on the road. You're masturbating to a picture of your father.
Sure.
And you're so lonely. But with acting, you can kind of go, what if you said this? Or you do this? I'll do that. And you kind of make choices. And it was just a lot of fun, and they're all like young whippersnappers. The film crew is like 25. I'm like making jokes. They're like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Nirvana. You never heard of them?"
Oh, that hurts.
Every reference was flying over their heads. They're like, "How old are you?"
I
I'm like,
know.
I'm 42.
But you got to think it's like in the 80s making a reference to F Troop.
Right, exactly.
You know? They don't know. We didn't know what that was.
I was just talking about this. I was listening when you came in. We listened to all the '60s girl pop, which I love. Like Stop in the Name of Love and the Do Run Run, all these things. And I know all these songs because we listened to Oldies 103.3 in Boston.
Same here.
Great time and good old. Those were 25 years old, those songs.
60s.
And now it's like listening to something from 1999.
I know. It's like Coldplay.
Yes, exactly.
Or Good Charlotte or some bullshit.
Exactly. More like a shitty Green Day. Nick DiPaolo. Oh, Chuck's got something here.
Do you want to guess how many stand-up comedians hosted SNL in the 90s?
Wait. The whole decade?
That's what Joe said earlier.
Yeah, in the 90s? Well, okay, so does it count if they did it twice?
I think that counts as one person.
Okay,
though.
well, Jerry.
For sure. Jerry. I bet Carlin might have done one in the 90s, or is that crazy?
I don't think so.
Rock. For
Rock
sure.
must have.
That's 2.
Poker Face.
Okay.
Did Rock never host?
Oh, but you got to guess.
Because I feel like I wouldn't be shocked if Rock never hosted. I can't remember Rock hosting.
I bet he would host because he was so big in the 90s. What about
He
like
was so big, but I don't remember him hosting.
But then we got some gray area, which is like Jim Carrey, because he was a comedian.
Yeah, but no, it has to be as a comedian. That's what
Okay,
I'm talking about.
okay.
Nate and Bill Burr, working comedians, doing a stand-up comedy monologue.
Yes.
So Jerry is the only one I'm immediately like, for sure.
So we wouldn't count Bob Newhart, right? Because that's from television, really, more than being stand-up.
I see. That's the gay area.
But did he do stand-up? I'd have to see the monologue.
I know. How about Tom Arnold?
He wasn't a
No.
Okay.
No. What are you doing to us?
But Bob Newhart wasn't a working stand-up in
exactly.
the 1990s.
No, he was not. He might have done a PA here and there.
But yeah, production assistant,
Public appearance.
public address announcer.
Pussy
So okay,
ass.
so Jerry, who else? Rock. We're gonna say
saying
with
Rock.
with an asterisk.
I'll put Carlin as a parentheses.
I don't remember Carlin hosting.
You think they threw Pryor a bone with his MS?
in the 90s? No way.
Yeah.
He was in a wheelchair, like rah, 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 rah.
She.
No way.
All right.
Fucking
90s
A.
comedian.
Paul Reiser? Did Paul Reiser host?
What?
Would you count that as stand-up, or is it because of Mad About You?
That's a good question. The gay area.
I'd have to see the monologue. I'd have to see if they're doing stand-up or they come out and then, fucking Will Ferrell comes out and they're pretending to row a boat on the river and they go, oh,
Right. That's no good.
Just give us the number. Hit us with it.
I would say 8 is the answer.
Tell us who and we'll dismiss 6 of them.
Dice.
That's a comedian.
Okay.
That's a
Andrew Dice
stand-up.
Clay.
He hosted?
Dice hosted in
Like
1990.
91?
He was big.
90. Roseanne Barr.
Well,
I
she had
said
the TV
Roseanne,
show,
but again, I'm like, she's not a club comedian. Like Bill Burr and Nate Bargatze and Shane Gillis don't have TV shows. Shane does now, but they don't have sitcoms.
Right.
She hosted like 3 or 4 times. Throughout the
all
90s.
right. They'll not
Right.
count that. But
I
that
think
show was
so.
huge
But-
in the 90s.
Well, count it, but you know what I mean.
Yes.
They
Like
hosted off of
Shane, like
television.
Roseanne was not like this weekend I'll be in Denver and then I'll
Right.
be in Buffalo and I'll
Poughkeepsie.
be at Side Splitters.
Yeah, it's true.
Steve Martin.
Right.
He's
a
a
movie
carryover.
star.
He had not
He's a
done
movie
stand up
star.
in 25 years.
I don't
exactly.
count that.
He's a movie star, so
That-
he's out.
In the 70s, he was a comic.
I'm
All right.
talking working stand up comedians. That's
right.
their job.
So we only have one so far.
Dice. Seinfeld.
That's 2.
Okay. Who came up with that name? Europe.
See, then it's like you go back and it's like, again, Roseanne, then again, Tom Arnold, then again, Steve Martin.
Okay.
So we got 2.
Dana Carvey, I wouldn't count because he's like an SNL
no, he's a
alum.
cast member. Yeah, he's not.
I think you're right. This is proving your point.
So the next one is Roseanne again.
Jesus.
Next
that's
one
a
is Bob
lot of
Newhart.
Fat lady.
Newhart, yeah, not really.
Then we got Bob Saget.
Yeah, he's
TV.
Full
But
House.
Saget,
Full
I
House.
mean, he was doing stand up,
He was
but
doing
not,
it.
still not. He's America's Funniest Home Videos. He's Full House. He's fucking whatever.
dead.
He's dead, yeah.
Then Tom Arnold again.
He never did stand up, did he?
Get out of here with Tom Arnold.
November 96, Chris Rock.
Okay,
All
okay,
right,
there's
all
Rock.
right.
There's Rock. I
Called
don't remember it, but
That's 3.
I want to see his monologue. Did he
Yeah.
come
That's
out and
great.
do bits?
I bet he
wore
did.
the black. I think he wore the black leather jacket.
Okay.
I think he did do bits.
Okay.
Martin Short.
No, get out of here. He's not a stand-up
I
comedian.
know.
3 Amigos.
Roseanne again.
Jesus,
Wow.
enough with the Zan.
No, sorry. Rosie O'Donnell.
But she's got the show. She's the
Movie
Talk
star.
Time show host.
True, and
Had
she was
number 1 hit 3 summers in a row. Isn't that fascinating?
What do you
Sleepless
mean?
in Seattle, A League of Their Own, and The Flintstones. Like Rosie O'Donnell was in the number 1 box office movie 3 consecutive years. Isn't that crazy to think about?
Wow, she also played a retard in a movie. You ever see that? Oh, pull that up.
No, but it's on my list of things to do now.
It's really
I'm
wild.
needing something to jerk off to.
She's on a bus, like, whoa. It's a horrible. It's like an I Am Sam.
So then, March 1999, Ray Romano.
That counts.
Okay,
That
okay,
counts. I mean,
all
the
right.
TV show is a huge hit, but
But I think he was always doing
He was touring.
stand-up, sort of.
And then finally, October 99, Seinfeld again.
hey, at the end of the series.
But still, none of these are what I'm talking about.
what? Seinfeld, Rock, and Romano and Dice.
Yes,
I think that counts.
I
4.
suppose, yeah. 4 over the course
Over
of a decade.
decade.
We're
That's
talking
wild.
Bargatze, Burr, Shane.
in a year.
Yeah, and Bargatze twice back to back.
And Mulaney's done it multiple
Mulaney,
times.
Louis, 7 years ago now,
Yeah,
pre-cancellation. Who else? There's others, right? Are there others?
I think Chappelle did it for the election.
Chappelle's done it several times
Several
now, where he
times.
comes out and does a stand-up monologue. Because most monologues when we were kids, they weren't monologues.
No.
Other cast members come out and go, "Hey,
Yeah.
what's going on here? Oh my God, George Bush is here!"
Right.
Oh, whatever bullshit.
And they'd go to the crowd and go, Tim Meadows has a question. Hey,
Right,
how you
exactly.
doing there, Nancy Pelosi?
So this is exciting. It feels more 70s now. Comics are. I'm sure Schultz will host. You're
Oh,
gonna
wow.
host soon.
Oh, you still owe me that cash. The clock's
Not
ticking,
yet. You got
fatty.
3 years.
3 years. I thought it was 1 year.
No, it was 3.
We'll have to
or 4.
Call
Was it
in
one?
if you
Maybe
know
it was
the
2.
wager there. Hey, speaking of the anal, what about Larry David? I guess he's the TV show. He's not really touring.
No, he hasn't done stand-up since '99. That one thing.
Well, he does an evening with, which
Right.
could be anything. But
What's
here,
that? That's soon, right?
huh?
That's happening soon. Oh, that's March.
Saturday. This Saturday.
This Saturday night, we're sending you back to the future.
So 181 gigawatts.
1.21.
Thank you. So, how about this? I got the Larry David meetup. Now, you know this industry. Everything's loosey-goosey. Everything's artsy-fartsy. Everything's a handshake deal, not written in stone. The cement is wet. So I text my manager, and I go, we got this Larry David thing going down, right? And she goes, you better believe it. And I go, can we confirm a meet? Because look, it's all very like, oh, Larry David will do the show before you. You'll bump into each other. It's a little too vague.
Mm-hmm.
So I go, I want some hard, cold facts here.
You don't want to vague it.
So I go, Las Vegas, and I go, hey, what about like a confirmed handshake? And she was like, oh yeah, let me get on it. So we got to confirm.
Confirmed handshake.
Confirmed
Photo.
handshake.
You should say photo. I want a photo
I
op.
figure the handshake is photo.
Right. And you'll have Syracuse in a bush taking the photo anyways. There's no way Syracuse isn't coming to this, right?
I didn't think about that, but I could call him. He could
He'll be
teleport
there.
right down.
He doesn't have any children.
But Anthony DeVito is going to host, so I'm just going to say roll tape. Just have that iPhone going.
Right.
You know, get in the toilet, pop out, and go back in.
This is a thrill.
Very exciting.
I think you should do one where you're shaking hand like a
politician.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, that's not bad.
Like Arafat and the other guy.
Chuck's Arafat, but yeah. So I'm just thrilled to be in the same room with that bald Hebe.
It's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Literally unbelievable.
He's doing a 5 and a 7, and I'm doing a 9.
There's no precedent, baby. Oh,
No
5 and a
press.
7. I'm
He's-
not worried about that.
Well, he's going to be wiped.
He's gonna be pooped. He's like 79 years old.
77.
Is that right?
I Googled it. Give it a goog.
77.
Yeah, he's a year younger than Trump.
Wow.
I know, isn't that wild? Because you're like 77, it's so old. Then the leader of the free world is older.
Grew up in the same city, same time.
Oh yeah,
How about
that's
that?
true.
Queens and Brooklyn.
That's true. Good point. Yeah, so that's exciting. It's fun. It's Kalamazoo Friday tomorrow, and that'll get my confidence nice and low, and then boom, Chicago Theater.
Wow. I want real time texts here. If you
Okay.
get the photo, don't send me the photo 2 days later. I better not get it from Sam or some shit. And if Sam gets this text and photo before me,
I'm sending.
I'll be outraged.
I will send.
I
but-
want a video. I want a FaceTime. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Give
you
me the
got
goods.
it. I'll send it. You'll be the first person I send.
I better be.
All right. You're gonna see that face. He's gonna be like,
No, I think he'll be very happy. He'll be very. I think
2 shows deep. He's 78. He's done.
No, he'll be ready to leave, and he'll probably hate you. But he'll take the photo.
I'll
If
take
I
the
know
photo.
Larry like I think I do, you're gonna have a photo of him shirtless on your shoulders.
Oh man, is that weird?
77. Jesus
What
Christ.
should I bring up? Should I go, hey, politics? Hey, how about Jerry? Hey, how about trans? What do you think?
No, I don't think any of those. You could say you're friends with Jerry.
Yeah.
I'm good friends with Jerry. I don't want to say good friends.
Yeah, we're buds.
Let's say I've met Jerry once or twice.
We've had breakfast twice.
Okay. Yeah, say, I know Jerry.
Yeah.
Who else?
Yeah, who else does he like? I've met Garland quite a few times.
Oh, Jeff Garland.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking Carlin, then you said Garland. What a drop off from Carlin to
Oh
Garland.
my God, that's so true. The C to G is rough.
My God, there should be more letters in between.
Yeah.
I think F is in there. That's good.
Marlin.
Florida Marlins.
That's
Miami
right.
Marlins.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they changed the name. I never get that.
Marlin is not great. Marlon Wayans.
Yeah, he's not great. I don't ever see anything he's really done other than.
Well, he's decent
SNL.
at the acting stuff. He was good in Requiem for an Anal.
Right.
They did a
Wait.
double-sided dildo.
Who's the other one that starts with the? Oh, Damon Wayans.
He's
Damon
good.
Wayans was unbelievable.
He's the number
Homie
one.
the Clown and Last Boy Scout.
Men on Film. He did the first Hobo, which I think Chappelle might have even. He
yeah,
does
that's a
Tyrone
good
Biggums,
point.
but David Wayans did the first crackhead hobo.
Scratch and sniff. He scratches it and he smells his fingers.
Yes,
Smells like me.
yes. What do you got over there, Chuckster?
You want to hear stand-up comics over the past 10 years on SNL? It's way more.
Okay,
Okay.
let's hear it.
Way
Yes,
more.
let's hear it.
So going back 2014, Louis, then Sarah Silverman.
Wow.
All right, she's touring.
She's tours. Chris Rock again.
Chris
Bam.
Rock.
Kevin Hart.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
He's done it a
Hart.
bunch.
Then Louis again. next
Wow.
Then
Wait, was that a year apart?
year apart.
Wow, he was cooking.
And they did 2017 because I was there.
Schumer,
Oh, that's
Schumer,
right.
That's right.
That's
That was
right.
big.
Chappelle,
Yeah.
Chappelle.
Aziz.
Oh, yeah.
Then Louis 2017.
Damn. Louis was pumping it out.
Kumail,
Oh, he did the Big
Wow.
Sick.
Oh.
Big Sick. Tiffany Haddish
Oh,
Wow.
counts. Kevin Hart again.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Damn.
Mulaney,
Uh-huh.
Schumer,
Again.
Tumor.
Mulaney,
It's not a tumor.
Mulaney again.
Jeez, a lot of Mulaney.
Rock,
Wow.
Burr, Mulaney,
Jeez.
Unbelievable.
So is he at 6?
Mulaney. 4.
No, you've said it 5 times at least.
I think it's. Oh yeah, maybe you're right. Yeah, 5. I think
And
it's
he
5.
did it a week ago.
Yeah, so we're up to. Yep, Mulaney again. All right, then Schumer to 2022.
Third
Three?
time.
Then Chappelle again the next week. Then Bargatze. Then Gillis. And then October 24, Bargatze. November 24, Mulaney.
Bill
and then
Burr.
November 24 this week is Bill Burr.
Wow.
Wow.
Way more.
Way more.
Yes.
And multiple times as well.
See?
There you go.
I know what's going on out there.
Well, comedy is it's like the 70s. We're in the groove, baby.
I mean, comedians helped win the election, I feel like.
Yeah, podcast.
Schultz, Theo, and Rogan. I mean, those are
Right.
huge.
Yeah, and the amount of arenas, Jerry.
Right.
My God, arenas.
I wonder if Theo will host SNL.
Oh, yeah, that feels like a lot.
Kind of surprising.
He's huge.
Huge, Jerry.
Yeah, that is weird. I guess there's not much footage of him being... Well, he's in a movie, and there's no footage of Nate being a sketch guy.
Yeah,
And
I
he
don't know.
killed it. He's killed it at George Washington.
Interesting. All right, I got another thing here. Let me
Oh,
get to
please,
this.
please. Hit me,
Oh my
Sloppy
God,
Jalopy.
we gotta fucking kill ourselves. How about
All
this? I don't
right.
think I talked about this last week because I was talking about Madison. This was hilarious to me, and I think I forgot to tell it. So you know Madison Comedy on State. You're in that nice hotel,
best.
the Cochrane or the
Yeah,
what's
Cochrane.
it called? Continental. There's a
Corcoran.
C in there.
Yeah,
Concourse. Madison Concourse.
Yes.
Beautiful hotel. I've stayed there 100,000 times. It's kind of down the street from the club, Comedy on State. So we're walking down there. It's me and Monas, handsome boy, very tall. We're walking up there, and he's like, wow, look at this. Because the line is up the
I
street,
love the
around the
line.
corner. And he's like, that's got to feel good. He's like, I want you to never forget how that feels. You're a young retard from Whitman, Massachusetts.
Yes.
You got a line up the street.
Fag line.
And that should feel good. And I go, I don't know if that's for me, though. I don't think, because, and I'm not trying to be
a comedy
humble or whatever, but I'm like, I've been working here for 20 years. Every show sells out. I'm here in January. I have a following. I'm like, I've never seen a lot. Like, if that's my line, something went wrong. And he's like, you're too humble. You're too modest. You're too nice of a guy. Take a moment. We literally stopped walking. He's like, look at that. He's taking photos. You got to take it in.
I like it.
You're big. You're popular. You're selling tickets. Town hall. Look at that. And I'm like, I don't know. He's like, stop it. He's like, you were telling me you got to manifest and have confidence in your life. And I go, you're right. This is exciting.
Yeah,
We get
manifest.
50 feet closer, I look. It's just a sea of women. I'm like, now I know it's not my people.
You got that right.
Skirts and tits and
You're
lipstick
out.
and pigtails.
Was
And I go,
Dalia in town?
there's no way that's me. Hannah Berner's at the theater. And so it's just a line of Hannah Burners. Then we cut through the line. We have to be like, excuse us, ladies. Pardon me. Coming through. My poster's on the wall. He goes, she was at his wedding. Because Hannah Burner was at my wedding.
that's right.
Because she was dating Soder.
Wow, blast from the queef.
So many exes at my wedding. There was Beth Stelling, Hannah Berner, Kim Cognan.
Oh, jeez.
And then there's like a host of other people who are divorced now that were there. And anyways, we go downstairs, and there's just zero line. There's nobody in the building.
Yeah.
It's just all Hannah Burner. So that was embarrassing. I mean, it ended up selling out, but
Still.
it was just funny. You're like, take it in, look at that shit, and it was nobody.
And the theater is conveniently right next door.
Yes, and they own the theater also.
Yes.
So,
Well, that burner is big,
she was
Bunsen
doing
burner.
two shows.
Woo-wee.
2 theater shows for the burn. I think she was doing stand-up for like 4 years. It's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. That rise is it's like a heil. It's unbelievable. But I had the similar thing. I was doing Foxwoods, the club. I had a line out in that lobby, and I had the wife there at the time. She was like, "How about that? You're killing it. Something you turned a corner. Something changed." This is 10 years ago, and we get in there, and Kevin Hart's at the arena.
Yeah.
And it was all for Kevin Hart, and that's when I started doing the Kevin Hart.
Oh, no kidding.
Hey, I'm Kevin Hart.
Oh, that's
'Cause
fun.
He's at the arena sold out, and I got 9 fucking yokels with camo hats putting cigars out on my face.
That Foxwoods, now Mohegan Sun, that gig is tough. And every year, I'm back there in that little green room.
Yes.
You can't sell tickets there. There's 40 people. They're all losing their money, losing their shirts.
You're eating
and
boneless wings.
It's smoky, and it sucks. And then you do one show Friday. Saturday's 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock show.
Woo!
You're
Look at
home
Larry
at 9:30, and I'm like, you know what? Set me up for that next year. Because you can drive home and you're done
That's
early.
true.
One show on a Friday is really
oh,
the best.
that's the money. That's the tits.
And then this is also hilarious. Real quick, I know we got to wrap it up, but Luke and I'm just gonna shit all over Mona's here.
Please.
We're walking through Madison. It's beautiful, and we're basketball guys. We enjoy playing and shooting around. There's one kid. It's like 40-mile-an-hour winds right on that lake. It's cold. It's windy. There's one kid. He's got his AirPods in. He's probably 20 years old. He's out there shooting hoops. I love it. He's pouring sweat. He's got his backpack, his music playing. And he's shooting hoops, and Luke's like, I'm going to ask him for one shot. I'm going to take a shot. And I go, don't do that. He's like training.
He's in the zone.
He's in the zone, auto zone. Don't do it. And
Yes.
also, I said this out loud. I go, it's also fucking 40-mile-an-hour winds. You're going to miss and look like an idiot. He goes,
Danger
no,
zone.
you're out of your mind. I'm going to go ask him. I'm like, I'm telling you, he's Rocky Balboa. He's fucking the other guy.
He's Eminem. You got to lose yourself in the movement, the moment.
You better
Spaghetti.
never let it go. Oh.
Peretti.
Yeah. Chelsea Peretti. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, he's so mad, but he won't give up that easy.
If you really listen to that, it's really well done.
Oh, yeah.
The
He's
lyrics
very
are
good.
very good.
And his name comes from Marshall Mathers.
I heard
M
that.
and M.
I caught that on a podcast.
But anyways, so Luke goes up, and I go, you're an idiot. I'm covering my eyes, my ears, and my cock. He goes, let me get one. Let me get one shot.
Ah, cringy.
Luke Moniz, 6'6", handsome Jew, gets the rock, and I go, he shoots it up in the air, and this thing, beautiful rotation, perfect arc, and just goes right over the backboard.
Oh!
Misses everything. Doesn't hit the backboard.
Man.
Not just an air ball. They need a different name for an air ball. It went up and over like a field goal.
What is it, Special Olympics?
And he goes, oh, my God, you got to give me one more. I didn't factor in the
You
wind.
see, now
And
you
I
need
go,
one more.
I go, no. And the guy's lost his sweat. He's lost his respect. He hates Jews now.
Yes,
Luke-
good. From Palestine.
He dribbles out. He takes a second shot. It goes, I'm not joking, to the right of the backboard. It misses
what is he doing?
everything. He throws up not even air balls. They should be called fucking queer balls. Just
Yes.
missing the backboard, the rim, and the net. And I'm like, can we leave? I jumped in the lake. I
Yeah.
fucking ran, dove in the lake, and
Was it a racial component? Was he a
think
black
he was-
gentleman?
He wasn't black. He was like.
He was brown.
I don't know. He was like
was dirty?
a coffee with too much milk in it. You know what I mean? Kind of like peanut butter, I
yeah,
think.
mocha.
Yeah, kind of
Like a coffee ice cream.
probably maybe Latino or
Okay, all right. I can
halfsies
deal with a
or-
Latino.
Yeah, he wasn't. It wasn't like Charles Oakley. It was like Derek Jeter maybe.
Okay,
or,
okay.
something like that. I don't know.
Well, I mean, this ain't helping the Jew athlete stereotype.
It was the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. And he had to go like chase the ball down because it just rolled and we had to get. And I was like, I'm so sorry. He has Down syndrome.
Yes.
My father's gay.
It's a make-a-wish. You know what it's like? It's like when a comedian's up there and he's trying to get off on a big pop. And they have to keep going. It's the same with
Yes.
give me another one. Give me another shot. I
Yeah.
have to redeem myself. But now I'm watching you go full Downsy on this court.
Like the way we end our live podcasts. We just go, one more question. All right, one more. All right, one more
People
question.
love the live ones.
Check out the live episodes.
Go to
They're
the
all on the
comments.
Patreon. Our Patreon, speaking of which, this probably comes out at the end of fucking January. December 3rd, right? December 3rd, we're doing Comedy Dojo.
Dojo in Jersey.
It's before December 3rd. This will come out soon.
Yeah, that's why I'm
Yes,
plugging this
sell that
motherfucker.
out.
December 3rd, Comedy Dojo, 2 shows, I assume.
That's
Sick
going to
rule.
fly. Yeah, 2 shows.
And we're going to shoot all kinds of shit for the Patreon. You missed the, what's it called, Hot Gay Sets? Well, this is going to be
This is Hot Gay
better
Sex.
than that. Hopefully
Yes.
quicker than that.
Season
Chuck.
2. Season 2 Hockey Sets is what I'm calling it.
There you go.
Okay, but
Electric
don't
Boogaloo.
let it be 8 years before it comes out, for God's sake.
Get it up for 2025.
Do a shitty version. Just go.
Yes.
You don't have to do all the production because it takes 9 years. And then
what
you send
makes
us a bill for $48,000.
Yeah, that's
the
true.
production is what makes it good.
No.
No, we're what makes it good. The production doesn't matter.
Put it together with gum and tape and get it out.
Get it out on the
right.
street. You got to get it out there. So, anyways,
I gotta get it out on the street.
we're gonna record on the car ride.
Yes.
We're gonna have guests.
Yes.
We're gonna record on the car ride back. We're gonna
Yes.
get backstage. We're gonna get some on. The Patreon is about to be sick,
hot.
sicker than my fucking
AIDS
my
victim.
grandfather who's
We
dead.
should get it. We should drive the Beamer up there. It breaks down. That's gold. That's some
Beamer
good
will
footage.
die. I have a child.
Look at
There's
that.
no seatbelts in that
we'll
fucking
put the
thing.
car seat in there. I'll make one.
I'm gonna have to duct tape myself
yes.
in.
Yeah,
That
we'll get a
thing-
couple of pillows like an egg drop challenge.
I wouldn't ride that thing if I had terminal cancer. I've been in it once. It's like Flintstones. My feet were on the street.
Yeah, it's like the Cyclone. It's made out of wood.
You drive that. I'll take the Sentra. We'll get a 2-camera shoot. We'll race.
Yes. It'll be like Gone in 60.
We gotta, and then maybe we'll get together early. Shoot more. We gotta have so much winning. You're gonna be sick of winning.
Yeah, a lot of winning.
It's
Big
gonna
win.
be unbelievable. And that weekend, December 5th to the 7th, San Diego. First time in my life working in San Diego.
Ooh.
And Wilbur Theater, of course, April 19th. That's gonna be big. Sold 500 tickets the first 3 days. It was
Whoa.
pretty exciting.
Whoa.
Local
boy.
That's going to be fun. And then January, I have Kansas City. That got moved, and so that's now in January. That'll be fun. And what the fuck else do I have? Montreal. I'm coming back to Montreal for the first time in years.
I love Montreal.
Yeah, I haven't been there since the festival. Last time I was there, Shane Gillis was doing New Faces.
Wow.
Is that something?
What was that, 81?
I bumped into him, and I was like, how'd it go last night? He was like, pretty good. He was like a nervous Nelly. It was so funny.
Montreal.
So I'll be up there, Montreal, Kansas City, some other shit, San Diego, and of course Boston, the Wilbur, April 19th. That one will sell out, so get those tickets early and often.
Maybe we'll get a 2 for it, the Wilby.
That'd be nice.
That would be very nice. That's a great room. One of the great rooms in the country.
Where are you at?
I'm all over God's green anal. I got the Houston Improv, Phoenix Stand Up Live, Dallas Improv, going to the Ryman in Gashville. Come on out, say hello. And then some Oklahoma stuff, some casinos. The baby's coming in my eyes. So that's going to be a whole another bag of tits. But yeah, MarkNormanComedy.com. Go to punchup/Joe List
Yes.
/Mark Norman and get some Bodega Cat. And what do you got, Chuck D?
Check out my podcast, Fun Bearable, with Ray Harrington and Brad Rohr. We have a ton of crossover episodes with the podcast Tell 'em Steve Dave coming out all through November, and then we just did Rhode Island Comic Con, so there'll be a panel with a bunch of cast members from Friday the 13th, including Kane Hodder.
Who's
coming
Kane
out.
Hodder? Which one's he?
He's Jason. He's the guy that's most storied guy that played Kane
No
Hodder.
kidding.
And he
I love the first Friday the 13th, but Jason's not in the first Friday the 13th.
no, it's his mom.
Yes.
He's a really nice guy. He's like well known, and he's friends with my buddy Brian Quinn from the Jokers. And so he's like, let's send a picture to a video to Quinn, and he started choking me and slapping me around. He's really funny. He's a nice guy.
I just found out Quinn has a podcast. Tell him, what is it? Tell him Steve Dave?
Oh, I haven't heard
this?
about it.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
Tell him Steve
I'll
Dave,
ask
I
him.
believe is the name.
Yeah, when I see him. And then also we did the Reno 911 panel, which was
nice.
awesome, and they were incredible. The whole con, they came dressed as the characters, and they pretended to be security for the con the whole time.
Oh, that's
they like
a little
arrested
depressing.
people. It was amazing. It was amazing. But those panels will be up on the Fun Bearable feed soon. So funbearablepod.com.
Get on there and get in there and go to YouTube. Leave a comment, a nice comment for Jesus Christ on Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
And join that Patreon and be nice to everyone in the Tuesdays with Stories world. We're all trying our best.
We're trying. Stop being so mean on Facebook. And, yeah, we'll see you all in hell. Praise Allah and keep it up.
To be